The room was silent, except for the steady rhythm of his breathing. The soft glow from his phone screen illuminated his face as he slept peacefully beside me, completely unaware of the storm brewing in my mind. It had been months since we started dating, and everything seemed perfect on the surface. He had introduced me to his family, taken me to weddings, and brought me along to events that truly mattered to him. It felt serious. It felt real. But in relationships, it is not just what is said that matters. It is what is hidden. It started about a month ago. A single notification on his phone. A name I did not recognize. The message was brief, just a simple, "Hey," followed by a heart emoji. My stomach tightened. Who was she? My mind screamed at me to ignore it, to let it go. But the curiosity was a weight I could not shake. That night, after he fell asleep, I did something I had never done before in any relationship. I snooped. At first, it was innocent. I scrolled through his contacts, his messages, convincing myself that I was just looking for reassurance. But then I found her. Her name was Olivia. I scrolled through their messages, my heart pounding with every word. Their conversations were flirtatious, filled with inside jokes and compliments. And then I saw it, the fire emoji, a reaction to one of her stories, a picture of her in a dress, beautiful, confident. He had commented on it, telling her she looked amazing. But it was not just that. It was what followed that made my stomach drop. She had asked about me. "So, you're in a relationship now?" His reply came swiftly. "Yeah, it just happened randomly. I didn't plan it." Randomly, like it was some accident, like I was not someone he chose, but someone who just happened to be there. I wanted to believe it was nothing, but as I continued reading, the truth became undeniable. Olivia wanted more from him, and he was not entirely shutting her down. They reminisced about their past, moments they had shared before I was even in the picture. He told her he missed her, that she was special. And then, the worst part, the night they sexted. I could barely breathe as I read his words. The desire, the attraction, the near confession that he had almost gone to her place. My hands trembled, the phone growing heavier with every passing second. I did not sleep that night. For the next few weeks, I became someone I did not recognize. I checked his phone whenever I had the chance, tracking his messages, his social media, his interactions with her. I noticed he was pulling away from her, responding less, ignoring some of her messages. Maybe he felt guilty. Maybe he realized what he was doing. But the one thing he never stopped doing was watching her stories. Every single one. It was like he could not let her go completely. Like some part of him still needed that connection to her. I wrestled with my thoughts. Should I say something? Should I confront him? Would it even make a difference? I kept hoping he would make the right choice on his own, that he would prove to me that I was enough. But trust, once cracked, never truly mends without acknowledgement. And then came the night that changed everything. We were lying in bed, his arm draped over me as he scrolled through his phone. He laughed at something, shaking his head. "What is it?" I asked, trying to keep my voice light. "Just something stupid from work," he replied quickly, locking his phone and turning to me with a smile. "Nothing important." But I knew that was a lie, because I had seen the reflection of his screen in the mirror across the room, and it was not a work message. It was Olivia. Something inside me snapped. "Who is Olivia?" His body stiffened. "What?" "Olivia," I repeated, my voice firmer. "The girl you keep watching on Instagram, the one you used to talk to, the one you almost slept with." His face paled. How do you know about that? I sat up, pushing his arm away. Does it matter? I know. He swallowed hard, running a hand through his hair. Look, it was nothing. I told her I was in a relationship. I have barely talked to her since. But you still watch her stories. You still check up on her. You still keep her close enough that she thinks she has a chance. He exhaled sharply. I do not know what you want me to say. I did not cheat on you. Physically? But emotionally? My voice cracked. You were one bad decision away from sleeping with her, and you made me feel like I was some random choice, like I just happened to be here while you were waiting for her. His silence was deafening. Tears burned in my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. If you really wanted this relationship, if you really wanted me, she would not even be a factor. I love you, he said softly, but the words felt hollow. Do you? I whispered. Because it does not feel like it. For the first time, he had nothing to say. I stood up, my heart pounding so loudly it drowned out the world around me. I deserve better than being someone's second choice. And with that, I walked out, leaving behind a relationship built on half-truths and almost betrayals. The night air was cold as I stepped outside, but for the first time in weeks, I felt something close to clarity. I did not have all the answers. I did not know what tomorrow would bring. But I knew one thing for certain. I would never settle for someone who made me question my worth again.